friend and everyone from everywhere else. Welcome to your 10-minute BitcoinTA for the day. I, of course, could do other things besides Bitcoin, but Bitcoin drives the crypto market, so that's what I stick to. Let's get into the charts. All right, so apologies for not being here for a couple of days. I had a birthday for my cousins yesterday and some other stuff to take care of on Friday. So let's take a look and see where we are since Friday. That would have been what, the 24th? 24th at around, well, I made the video on Thursday. That would have been the 23rd. Here's sometime, and I skipped Friday and Saturday. So what's happened since Friday then? Since then? Well, price action came down just a little bit, came under that 104 support level, but came right back up over it and has come down to find some support from it. Again, this is on the 90-minute chart. And yeah, let's get rid of this old bull flag. This one didn't play out. Well, the measured move didn't play all the way out. It did play out, though, as you see there. But let's see. We are kind of now forming what I would call either a bull flag of sorts, or we could just say that it's a triangle. Now, what kind of triangle? Well, it would be, make that blue. Depending on how you draw it, it could be either an ascending triangle or a symmetrical triangle. So really, I guess it's all about how much hopium do you want to be drinking. If it's a symmetrical triangle, you would take the measured move from there, and you would get a 50-50 shot of either direction. That would be the measured move. And we would see it go either down that amount, back to about 101,000, or up that amount, up to about 109,000. Though they are 50-50 patterns, they do tend to break down more than up. So let's go ahead and just say 101 likely if you're going to be on the symmetrical triangle side. I'm going to go ahead and say ascending triangle and take the measured move of the ascending triangle. We'll take it from here and we'll see a cool 110.5. If we bring it up to the top of the trend line, well, then we'd see a little bit higher to around 111, 112. Now, if we zoom in a tad bit here on the 90-minute chart, you'll see that the Bollinger Bands are squeezing. They are squeezing hard. We'll see that the stochastics are pointing upwards, showing upwards momentum, and are in bullish territory. That's over 50. Same thing here with the RSI on the 90-minute chart, showing bullish momentum by being over its signal line and in bullish territory by being over 50. These are good signs that the breakout here may be heading more likely to the upside than the downside. Now, if a breakout occurs here, well, we could still get stopped. Not stopped, but find some resistance here at the upper bound of this this triangle that we formed here. But if the triangle is going to play out to the upside, which an ascending triangle tends to do, then hey, we can look for that next all-time high, that higher high move upwards that we want to see, because that would be another, higher high. That would give us more room below the price action to form higher lows and really set in a change of trend for us on the higher timeline or time scales. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing on the 90. I'm bullish on the 90 here, though a little bit weary with that symmetrical triangle. Gonna get rid of this as well. And we are seeing the 200, below it, but the 21 is right on it, and the 50 is right on it, price action, and it looks like it's really ready for a breakout. Volatility as at basically all-time lows. Almost has never been lower in the last, I believe, 200 candles is what this BBWP looks back upon. So in the last 200 candles, the Bollinger Bands have only been larger than this, this is smaller. This is how large the Bollinger Bands are now. Are only larger than 1.19% of all of the other widths or spreads of the Bollinger Bands over the last 200 candles. So yeah, volatility very low right now, as indicated by the BBWP. Bollinger Band squeezing. Squeeze means, hey, there's a breakout coming, and the indicators are telling us to the upside. So let's watch to the upside to happen over the course of the next, well, let's say rest of today, maybe overnight, maybe into tomorrow. Now, moving along to the 6-hour chart. With the 6-hour chart, we're going to have to adjust this flag a little bit. We can move it up like this now, and we see one of those symmetrical triangles quite again. We'll adjust our measured move as well, and we'll see that our measured move would now bring us up to 121. However, as we were talking about before, symmetrical triangles usually tend to break down. How far down would it break down if it broke down? Well, the golden pocket right down here, possibly. But, we have some supports above there. We got 104 holding strong here. We got 99.6 above there, and, it's 94. And then there's even those, local supports that at 97.5 and 95.5 as well that are under that 99.6 but over that 94. Anyway, we're also still seeing this divergence, this bearish divergence here on the 6-hour chart, which could indicate that this symmetrical triangle will play down to the downside before playing up to the upside again. Now, if it does play down, it could be stopped here by this local support of 102.5 ish that we had seen acting as resistance here, and then acting as a bit of support resistance again here once it fell under. It was also kind of acting as a as resistance here. So if this if this local resistance can now acting as support can hold up, if this symmetrical triangle breaks down, then hey, this bull flag will stay intact. In fact, this bull flag will stay intact even if it comes down to that 94 level. It'll just mean that we would have to move the measured move way down there, and we would be looking at like a move up of like 111 from there instead of 124. Is that what we said? 122. So yeah, let's keep an eye on that bearish div and for what this is going to happen. So to figure that out, let's take a look back at the 90. What's going to happen here? Keep an eye out. Is it going to break up or break down? That's the question. And then here on the daily, not much changed at all. It's just been going sideways. Let's look at the candles. Yeah, you can see the last 2 days have barely moved at all on the daily. Barely moved at all. It has, slightly moved up, but the volatility that we were seeing, during the week, just wasn't there this weekend at all. It was very calm, comparatively to that week of incredible price swings. Like, incredible price swings. What did this one swing? From the high of 109 to a low of 99, that's 10K. That's around 10%, a 10% swing on that day. That's insane, considering that yesterday was high of 105, low of 104. That's a 1% swing. So yeah, 10% less the volatility. Crazy, right? Anyway, so on the daily, as long as we're staying in this bull flag, we're still going to be bullish. And as long as we're over 94, we're staying in this bull flag. And we're still looking at a high, or a measured move up to 132, 133-ish. And yeah, if not, then, back down on the Fibonacci scale and, these little major supports that we were looking at as well. Indicators on the daily, looking good actually. Over the RSI is over its signal line. Looks like it has upward momentum. The Stokes have found their way out of overbought territory and are over the signal line, and are kind of like, it looks like they're kind of struggling to want to stay up there. Now the Stokes here on the 6-hour chart are pointing downwards. So, we could see that downswing, but if we do see the Stokes heading down, followed by a reversal, while the RSI stays over 50 and over this support line that we were talking about, that 102.5-ish level, we can stay over that, or just nearly over that, then this bull flag will remain, well, the bull flag will remain intact until it's there, but we would hope for the higher measured move. So we would want the price action to stay up higher so that the measured move can be taken from a higher position, and we could see a much higher move up when the bull flag does break out. Breakout it will, because look at those Bollinger Bands. They're squeezing here, they're getting tight here, they're not quite in a squeeze yet. They haven't turned to that color that you see there on the 90. They haven't changed to that fill on that blue fill there. And the same thing here on the daily. They're not quite, they're expanding actually. They're kind of growing. The bottom staying the same really. The higher bound of the Bollinger Bands is actually increasing. So hey, perhaps, there you go. There's some signs for you that the upswing is still coming. Now, as I've said before, we got to be prepared for the downswing, and we've talked about it in the other videos that you got to take profits, but I'm not going to go over that again now. So I'm just going to recap real quick. On the 90-minute chart, we're seeing an ascending triangle with a measured move up to 111,000. We have a couple resistances above there at 108 and 109, just over those two. And if we can break over them, then 111 is coming up next. We are seeing a bull flag here on the 6-hour chart that plays out a little bit higher to around 123. And however, with the flag of the bull flag being a symmetrical triangle, which technically is a 50-50 pattern, but they do tend to break down. So I would say that we need to look at the 90-minute chart to watch for where this breakout's going to happen, because if you see this here, this blue Bollinger Bands, that means that the Bollinger Bands are squeezing and a breakout is imminent, but it doesn't tell you which direction, so it could go either way. Right now, I think it's going up, but that's, the charts are telling me that as well, with this ascending triangle and the upwards momentum and bullish positioning of the indicators here on the 90-minute chart, which tells me that the 6-hour bull flag may play out, or at least be moved, having to be repositioned into a different, not so symmetrical triangle on the flag. The daily has a bull flag as well that would play out way up here to about 133, and the indicators here are also positioned in bullish territory, though the stochastics are rather high. Right now I am bullish. I want to see price action go up either today or tomorrow, breaking up out of this symmetrical triangle and either retesting all-time high or breaking through to that 111 1,000 price level. Alrighty. Thank you so much for watching. Music provided by Veloa, Luminist, and Sax Squatch. Much love. See you later.